Evergreen Media Network Studio, powered by Scott Tree Services.
Hi, welcome to Silver Linings. I'm your host, Janine Barrows, and we are extremely happy to have the time of our guest today. We are going to have Miss Cynthia Ryan, who is the Executive Director of the Veterans Council here of Indian River County. So thank you, Cynthia. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
We are going to talk a little bit about what is Veterans Council? What does that mean? Is this another government program? Is this a private entity? How does that work? Who does it serve? I know those are silly questions because in your everyday conversations, you would think that most people know that, but I'm hoping to share some of that information today. So one, how did you end up in this role as executive director?
I just really have a very personal, connection to veterans and wanting to serve my community. And so the mission of the Veterans Council is to support all veterans and their families. So for me, it was just a perfect fit.
Nice. And when you're talking about what does the council do in serving the veterans, what is the mission statement for the
so it is to support all veterans and their families and to bring awareness to veterans' needs and in the community.
I know that there's always programs and services available, but this is above and beyond that, right?
This is. So we're a nonprofit, and so all of our funding comes from the community. We do receive some local grants, but mostly we are funded by the residents of Indian River County, and that's who we serve as well. So all of the funding goes to veterans that live in Indian River County.
When people in the community talk about the Veterans Council, it brings up a lot of conversations in reference to things like buses and rides and possibly the storefront in our local mall, things like that they try and equate to what are the services, what are their hands in. So can you give us a little bit bigger glimpse of what you actually touch on and how it impacts the veterans here?
Absolutely. So one of our primary programs is direct aid and case management. And so by that, we assist veterans who are in some sort of financial need of a basic essential living need. So, maybe it's rental assistance, electric assistance, maybe it's a home repair, a handicap accessibility modification that they cannot afford, but need for, quality of life. And with that, we do case management. So we assess what other needs may they have and who in the community can we connect them to. So we work with 140 other nonprofits.
I was just going to say that alludes to all kinds of partnerships for the services. That's
absolutely.
Amazing. How many?
140 right now.
Ooh. And see that Rolodex?
Yeah, it's actually a huge spreadsheet.
I imagine so.
But that's how we do it because we're trying to look at the whole veteran and not just the financial need that they're maybe coming to the office for, but how can we connect them with other resources that support them.
Yeah, it's much more than a Band-Aid.
It is.
Like.
It is.
Avenues to resolve the potential and stopping that bleeding, so to speak, in their lives.
Absolutely. And we really encourage veterans to reach out or stop by. We have a new veteran center and, stop in and see what we have going on and who we can connect you to. We do these really great, we call them an after action plan. And it's very detailed and says who in the community, has programs that they may benefit from.
I like that. That's really nice to hear. But it also sounds very official, an action plan.
Yes.
Well, good. A task oriented that ends with success for it. So outside of case management, what are some of the other avenues? So case management's going to get them that immediate assistance and maybe some possible direction to avoid future hiccups along the roadway. But is there more?
There is. We do a transportation program that we Monday through Friday take veterans and their caretakers to the West Palm VA Medical Center. And so that's a huge asset for veterans to be able to use the medical benefits that they have available to them. And then we also do local medical appointments as well. So it's really great. It's about creating access to resources and benefits that are out there. That's all at no cost to the veteran and whoever is their caretaker that needs to join them. We do a lot of outreach, and so we put on the Memorial Day and Veterans Day ceremonies every year.
And there's a lot of exposure for that here in Indian River County. There's a lot of veteran pride here.
There
a lot
is
of participation. So
almost 11% of the population in Indian River County are veterans.
Wow, I didn't realize to that extent. I knew a large amount.
Yeah,
that's a big number.
It is a big number, and if you look at the needs of veterans overall, 29% of veterans live at or below poverty. So there's a huge need, and that's kind of where we fill in the gaps of what that veteran may need for services and how we can provide, and then going above and beyond that and seeing who else in the community can help serve them.
Assist with it as well. And I know you mentioned earlier, you help guide them to companies and entities that are focused on assisting veterans in that next step when they're actively ready and moving forward and needing that next position. So that's amazing that they can come and get that guidance and find out those particular entities that are inclined and potentially change their avenue or their career and make a shift and do it in an environment they know is friendly to them. So outside of that, I know that, you had mentioned earlier, making sure they have access to information. That's a big deal. There's a lot of misconception about what a veteran has to pay for and doesn't have to pay for in reference to getting services that are already set up for them. What does that look like, and how do you get involved with that as well?
So that's part of what we do with our case management or veteran coordination is, seeing if the veteran's connected to the VA. Only 45% of all veterans even use their VA benefits.
Yeah,
and
there's
so,
a lot that don't.
It's a hassle. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of paperwork. It's a lot of follow-up. And so that's what our case managers assist them with, is helping them fill out their paperwork, helping them follow up, and making sure that what they're entitled to, they have access to.
Yeah, I understand that in order for them to be able to receive a lot of the benefits, they have to be VA connected. That means they have to, if I'm right, have to see a VA physician at least once every 12 months for an update, right?
Yes.
So when you often looking into getting services, by then there's a trauma or a situation that's instigating you, and it doesn't happen immediately. So it's proactive. It's part of their benefit plan. If they've already taken that step, they are actually in prime position should something occur and they need assistance, right?
That's a really fabulous point. And that's something that we really try to push home, is that you may not need it now, right, but you may need it in a year from now or 5 years from now. But if you're just starting the process of enrollment when you're in crisis, you're going to wait. You have to wait. So we encourage everybody to get connected. Regardless if you need it now or not, have it lined up so that it's there in case you do.
Yeah, I fully agree. I have seen many veterans find themselves in that need position and have to go through the process and go through the time frame. So it's good to know that they can come in and preemptively be prepared and awaiting whatever may be, but at the same time knowing that they have that extra support system behind them.
Absolutely.
Which would be a huge relief. I have no doubt. So I think that's amazing. But do they have to pay for that?
No, we don't. There's no charges for any of our services. Even our direct aid, there's no repayment required. That is assistance with the goal of sustainability and improved quality of life. So everything we do is free. Everything is funded through donors. So really, it's the community that's serving the veterans and supporting that. It's like a full circle, because the veterans have served and given of themselves for us, and now our community does that in return for them.
Well, I know personal veterans who have reached out for assistance and that we've guided them your way. And some were as simple as I need a vehicle tires to get to my destinations and my doctor's appointments, as well as roofing and air conditioning. So changing lives, obviously, through, donations within the community, but putting them right here in Indian River County on the Treasure Coast. And that is exactly why we do Silver Lining. We love to highlight what is the good here and amongst the Treasure Coast. So I want to get back to a topic you briefly alluded to, but we need to take a small break, and then we're going to come back and we're going to delve into your new location and what goes on.
Perfect.
Hey, you! Host your very own show every week at Evergreen Media Network in Vero Beach. Go live to YouTube and Facebook with up to 4 people and your very own producer. Be heard on more than 15 podcast platforms and local radio. All you have to do is show up and talk. Your guests can join from anywhere in the world. It's easy to get started with the largest podcast studio on the Treasure Coast. Contact Evergreen Media to tour the studio.
At Sunshine Furniture, our 35,000 square foot showroom is filled with the largest selection of in-stock coastal furniture on the Treasure Coast. Dining and bedroom sets, occasional tables, sofas, sleeper sofas, love seats and chairs in all the latest styles and colors from Tommy Bahama, Lexington, Hooker, Riverside, Universal, Four Seasons, Braxton Color, and Capri. We're the outdoor furniture experts and have hundreds of styles of any patio furniture you need, including a gallery of Berlin Gardens and Bollywood. We specialize in fire pits, outdoor rugs, umbrellas, and replacement cushions. Sunshine Furniture, $1295 US 1 in the Publix Plaza, Vero Beach. Family owned and operated since 1991. Don't forget to visit our outlet store directly across the street, filled with lots of name brand closeouts and sale items. Visit our website at sunshinefurniturecasual.com.
Sunshine Furniture, the best in every way. Have a sunshine day. Sunshine.
Hi, we're back. That was painless. We're grateful for our sponsors. And speaking of our sponsors, I wanted to give a shout out to our show Silver Lining sponsors, and that is the team over at Conway Financial Planning and over for the legal team at Rooney and Rooney here in Vero Beach. So if you ever need any of those services, please give them a call. Thankful for their sponsorship. Before we went to commercial, we were kind of delving into, what is the purpose of the Veterans Council, some of the programs that they do, how can a veteran gain services, and guidance, help for assistance to get them into those next steps. And for a long time, you had mentioned we have a large amount of population here in Indian River County. We had only one office space available to our community with one volunteer helping give guidance, right? Well, our population growth and our veteran growth, we found a bigger need. How long has the Veterans Council been actively giving that assistance and support to our veterans here?
Since 1987. So we started with just the transportation program. And back then, it was really focused on the World War II veterans.
Right.
And that need. And there wasn't the same options for community-based care that now the VA does have some benefits for. So being able to get the World War II veterans to the West Palm VA Medical Center was something that was really needed. And so we started with that, and then started the direct aid, financial assistance. And now we have added the case management and veteran coordination aspect to understanding that, just making a electric bill payment or just, fixing a repair didn't really address the whole veteran and all of the things that they may have going on. So we do that now, and it's really changed. It's really changed how we provide services. And actually, 55% of the veterans that come in don't need financial assistance. They just need guidance. They just need that coordination of what services might be available or other agencies that they could use their services for. So there's
Knowing
been a
what
shift.
tools are in their bag, right?
Yeah, exactly. It's really about creating that community of support. And so knowing that there's so many amazing, organizations and people that want to support and help veterans. And so you're just kind of creating that network and that support system for veterans and their families.
Well, I can tell you, we love it. And we're very grateful to have an organization like yours here serving our veterans, serving our community members, our families of our veterans. So with that being said, you've had a lot of growth. That's what you were talking about. It started with a bus and an idea that, there's far too many veterans who aren't able to drive that need to go for clinical services. There aren't any clinics close by. You have to go to the hospital, with this compassionate movement to be a support for those veterans.
Yeah.
And then has grown over the years. And it's been a long time since 1987. I was very close to graduating high school. So with that being said, and the changes, there's been some significant change recently that is coming to the forefront for the community and for the veterans. Do you want to talk about that?
Yes. So we're incredibly excited and honored to be able to present our new office space, which is a new veteran center. And so we're right on 14th Avenue, 1790 14th Avenue.
Right in the hub of Vero.
Right in the hub of Vero. Very accessible. You can see our giant sign out front. And it provides a space for a veteran or a family member of a veteran to just stop in. And so, they can check out what services we have. And we can, be that kind of drop-in place for veterans that are looking for assistance or guidance or a friend, and stop in. And so we're excited to unveil that to everybody on June 12th.
June 12th. So we're right around the corner from this big grand opening. You said having a friend. That's really important. We see a lot of isolation with veterans. And one of the things that you'll hear about is the support groups here in the county. And how many groups do you know of?
Oh, there's a handful. Next Generation Veterans has a really great PTSD support group. Dogs for Life does. Mental Health Association does. And so when a veteran comes to us and may have that need, we kind of lay out there all of those options for them. So they're getting lots of different resources, because what works for one person may not work for another.
Absolutely.
And so, and what works for you at a certain season may not work for you in another. So it's trying to create as many opportunities for success and sustainability and improved quality of life that we can.
I love that. That's wonderful. And you're right. It is not one size fits all. And when you're talking about veterans based on how and where they served, as well as their age in the moment, it's a drastic different. I know that I'm very different than the 25-year-old version of myself. So I can only, fathom that this is a really important thing that is going on and being thought out and broken down for the betterment of the veteran as a whole, and addressing them where they're at in that moment.
Absolutely. And we serve a very wide age range, like demographic range of veterans. And so sometimes people think of veterans as just being seniors. And they're not, with the Iraq and Afghanistan war, it went on for 20 years. And so within that 20 years is a very large age range. And so just from those two wars alone, we could serve people that are, 25 or 55.
Yeah.
So our services are for all age ranges, all income. And so there's really no one that we can't help. And I always say the answer is never no. So we may not provide that service, but we will help find the answer. We will help find who to connect you to. We do a lot of vetting of people that we refer veterans to, because we understand that when you're in crisis or you're stressed, you don't want to have the runaround. You don't want to
you
make
don't have to go through 10 other hoops.
No, you don't want to make a bunch of cold calls. Like, that's not what we're doing. We're connecting them with, exactly who they need to speak to at whatever organization, and even down to helping provide the paperwork or application they might need to utilize the service. So we really tried not to duplicate services, and coordinate with people who have amazing programs. I always say a lot of our veterans are food insecure. And so I don't need to start a food program, because I know places like United Against Poverty has a fantastic food program. So we work closely with them to be able to get them linked up to their grocery and their food programs. We do a lot with
We're not recreating the wheel.
No, there's no reason to, because they're experts at what they do. So let's use their expertise, to benefit the veterans.
Very, very nice. I love that. My dad, veteran family as well, and he'd tell you, work smarter, not harder.
Yeah.
So I love that. That's exactly what y'all are doing.
It only makes sense because we want to find as many people that can help veterans. So it's not beneficial to only have one organization that can help and support you. It's much more powerful to have, 5 or 6 or 10 organizations that you could reach out to have
strengthening your base.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. I love those. You had said that you are having your grand opening in June. What does that look like? Is it to the public, to all vet? Tell us. What are you expecting?
So we're going to do an official ribbon cutting with the chamber. Yay. And so it's June 12th from 5 to 7. And we do ask that you RSVP. So if you go to our website, veteranscouncilirc.org, you can register. Or if you give us a call, we can register you too. So we're really excited. We actually have a World War II veteran, Bill Keegan, and he's going to be the official ribbon cutter. Oh. And it also happens to be his 100th birthday. So we will be...
He's sharing his birthday with all of us.
So we're going to be honoring him with everybody there too. So
very nice.
So we're really excited.
It's going to be a celebration indeed, it sounds like.
Absolutely. And we have Riptide. They're going to be playing there. Wild Time's going to be catering, and Indian River Distillery is the drink sponsor. So it'll be a good time.
It's going to be a good time for sure, and what a great reason. So if individuals were seeking out different services for a variety of reasons, their best time, are they going to be doing walk-ins? Do they reach out? Are they going to do emails to you? What is their best access point?
Whatever is best for them. So if driving by and you want to pop in, great. They can give us a call and we'll set up an appointment to come in. They can send us the email. So whatever works for them. And we understand that you need lots of different ways for people to be able to connect. So that works. Whatever works for them works for us.
Well, we love it. We are so grateful for your time, your investment, your organization, what you do for our community members and our veterans. I know that families have perceptions of what groups do what, but coming on to Silver Linings and sharing with us who, what, when, and where is really important to our listeners, and we are truly grateful for your time. On that note, I do want to say that if they want to reach out, if you have a veteran in your life and they're needing some socialization, they're needing some input on how to get and organize some of their information to be sure that they have all of their ducks in a row should there be a need, please, please, please reach out to the Veterans Council of Indian River County. Cynthia and her team will be glad to assist you, to direct you. 140 plus partners in our community here in Vero Beach, more than willing to work with and for you and to make a difference in your life. So please, they can reach out to you on the website, the phone number, they can pop in at the offices. There's no reason that you aren't taking that first step. Thank you, Cynthia, for joining us and sharing your message and the mission for the Veterans Council. We are grateful for your time.
Thank you.
We'll see you next week. Silver Linings. Have a great day.